You may have noticed baby seal pups resting on the beach lately. You might have wondered if they were injured or in need of help and gone closer to get a better look or snap a picture. But what are you supposed to do if you see a baby seal on your morning beach walk? Cape Media News visited IFAW in Yarmouthport to learn more.
My name is Kristen Patchett. I'm the stranding coordinator for the Marine Mammal Rescue and Research Team at IFAW. We respond to seals, whales, dolphins, and porpoises. And so, obviously with dolphins and porpoises, that's more of a situation where we need to intervene right away if they are on the beach. But with seals, it's not as cut and dry as that because they do come out of the water to rest. And so a lot of time it's just monitoring the animals to make sure that they're doing okay, and just asking people to keep their distance so that the seals can get the rest that they need.
Gray seals are typically born between December and February and spend a very short amount of time with their mothers, roughly 2 to 4 weeks, and then they're on their own.
Most of them are born on Muskeget and Monomoy, and so that's where the pups are going to be. The ones that we see over here on the mainland side of the Cape are either weaned pups that have left their mothers, and they're very small still. They, as I said, 2 to 4 weeks with their mom. They don't have a lot of time with them. So they're still going to be very small, and people might think that they are still dependent on their mothers. And we have cases where some of them would still be dependent on their mothers and intervention is needed, but a lot of cases where they are no longer dependent on their mothers. They just need some rest. They're trying to figure out how to be a gray seal.
Many people confuse gray seal pups with harbor seals, two separate seal species that have very different breeding behaviors.
I think people confuse them a lot with harbor seals. The behavior that the mothers do when rearing them is very different from harbor seals. So where we often will tell people, a harbor seal alone on the beach, its mother will come back for it, leave it alone. With gray seals, they tend to stay with their mothers until they are fully weaned, and then mom just leaves, and then they spend a little more time on the beach wondering if she's going to come back. And then they're off on their own, and they need to figure out how to find fish on their own and survive on their own.
The Marine Mammal Protection Act federally protects marine mammals. This makes it illegal to interact with them and establishes that only officially trained responders may assess or provide stranded animals with care.
The recommendation with the Marine Mammal Protection Act is 150 yards, and the reason for that is for the person's safety, because these are wild animals and they can bite, but also for the animal's safety, because every time a person approaches them, they've got to look up and wonder, is this a predator coming to get me? They don't understand that the person might be well-meaning, trying to help them. And so the best thing that they can do is keep their distance.
Giving a seal its space could save its life.
We just had a seal last week that its stomach was so impacted with sand. We did intervene, and it ended up dying, unfortunately. And we found 4 pounds of sand in that seal's stomach, and there were a lot of reports of people approaching. And most of those people were very well-meaning people wanting to help it. It wasn't people who were being malicious or anything like that. But we just want to make sure that people know the best way that you can help them is to stay away from them, to keep your distance, and to ask others to keep their distance.
If you see a stranded seal on the beach, IFAW asks that you call their emergency hotline.
People are out walking the beaches a lot, and we do appreciate getting those reports. And we do appreciate people who understand that, these are wild animals. Give them distance, give them the respect that they deserve. And you can enjoy seeing wildlife in your backyard from a distance, take pictures, but please don't approach them.
For Cape Media News, I'm Gabrielle Rawson.